Hello, creative friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I don't usually do haul videos, but I just went to the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo in Puyallup, Washington. If you're not familiar with the area, that is about 30 minutes south of Seattle. And I go to the Scrapbook Expo every year. And in fact, I even am starting to fly down to Arizona to visit a friend, and we go to the Mesa Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. And so now I'm starting to do two a year. But that's a side story. Anyway, I thought it would be super fun to go through my haul. I went really crazy this year. I usually do not go this crazy with all the stuff that I buy. The expo was small, and I've been kind of on a shopping freeze for a lot of the year. And so I I went a little crazy. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way, and we will get going on some of the things that I got there. Here, and I think I bumped the camera. Let me move that a little bit there. Okay, let me start off with the class that I took. So this was from Scrappy Boy Stamps. I have not bought anything from them before, but when I saw this class in the catalog, I knew I had to do it. It's a coffee die. Let me turn it this way actually first. It's a coffee die set that was exclusive to the class. And if I remember correctly, I think there are 4 dies in here. I haven't actually opened this because the pieces were cut out for us to do the class. But this is basically what it will look like. And I need to glue my letters onto my album. And then here's my kit. And then I'll show you real quick. I don't want to take up too much time showing everything that I got, but if you're not familiar with the Scrappy Boy stamps, they do a lot of cartoon style characters. And so there's all these funny, cute little girls drinking coffee. And so we will then put these inside here to embellish it. But I will just flip through really quick what we did. We put a bunch of ribbons on the rings. We have a shaker, coffee cup. And then we did a bunch of interactive pages. There's going to be some tags that go in here. Not the little tags that go in there. In fact, here's a tag I can pretend with. So you got a tag in there, you got a tag pocket in there. Then some of these die cuts will go there. And then we've got this accordion element. We did a belly band, so tags and not die cuts, but what else did we make? Excuse my reach and my arm in the shot. We made this little like card, so that's supposed to go in there, and when you close it up, it's gonna like pop out, which is gonna be adorable. And then we have a waterfall feature, so we've got some paper, extra paper to put here to decorate these with pictures or die cuts and whatnot. And then all the paper was included. And then I went to this booth to get more of this slimline size paper so I could make more pages, and they were out. I had gotten there too late in the day. So that was super fun. I recommend that class if you have an expo in your area and want to sign up for that. They also have some coffee related products in their booth that are a little bit different than what was in the class. Then from that, I went to Tall Mouse, and a lot of people love the dies at the Tall Mouse. And I didn't get any of those this year, but from the class that I took, the teacher, Sean, had recommended their foam sheets and then acetate sheets for making more shakers. He said the foam sheets work really good for die cutting with his dies. So I picked these up so I could make more of those. And then I threw in some glue because I like this glue and it was right at the register. So let's go. Let's see. Now let's do some dies that I got. So the Ton is a die and stamp company. They're not always in Puyallup, and I had gotten something from them a couple years ago. I had eyed this last time and didn't pick it up, so I got it this time. I don't think you can see how awesome it is on camera, but it is a tall, skinny alpha, and they call it a cover plate. So we've got all the vowels here, your more common letters here, and then this one, which I love how they did all the uncommon letters, so Q, V, W, X, and Z. So you can cut them out or not. What I loved about this is that it was tall and skinny, and I have found on scrapbook pages, I have often wanted like a big, bold title, but a lot of times if you get a bold stamp or die, it's also wide, and then sometimes it doesn't fit. So I thought this would be really awesome to put together for some layouts. Then I went to Elizabeth Craft Designs. These are all dies, and they were on the clearance rack. So I initially saw these and I just thought they were so pretty to do some kind of 3D flowers. Not exactly sure how they will be put together, but I can figure that out, and I kind of wanted to figure it out. That's why I grabbed these, because I thought they were really pretty. I mean, and $5 for a die, that's just unheard of. I did find out when I got home that a couple of the dies are missing from this one, and I'm not really sure if that's why it was on clearance or if I picked up a dead product, but it's fine. I've got enough to make two shapes of the flowers. I think that's the center dots, I'm guessing. I'll play around and figure that out. And then I've got leaves, so it'll be great. And for $5, I'm very content. So that's totally fine. And then this one I thought would be so practical for scrapbook pages. I mean, all the different leaves, cut them out in different colors, maybe do some ink blending on them, and they can be nice filler pieces for clusters on scrapbook pages. I think they're a great size too, so that is really exciting. That was $10, a little bit more than these clearance items, but again, for 5 dies, that is a great deal. So those were those dies that I got. So then I splurged at Brass and Bliss. They come to the expo all the time. Now I'm trying to think, they just changed their name. Oh shoot, it'll come to me. But they had a deal. They always have a deal where you buy 5, get 1 free. And I picked up what I liked, and I had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 7, so I was like, oh, and I just couldn't figure out which one to put back. So I ended up getting like 5, 1 for free, and then I just bought the extra one outright. But we'll go through. I love turkeys. I'm obsessed with turkeys. I don't know why, but I just love them. And so this die was adorable. I'll cut out a bunch, maybe put them on some scrapbook pages. We always travel for Thanksgiving, so I can probably do some Thanksgiving pages and put him on there. So I love him. These are 2 dies for cocktails, and I just thought these would be so cute for maybe some birthday cards or just saying hi to a friend or scrapbook page too. But I thought those were really fun. Now I do a lot of coffee products. I have coffee stamps and dies and all kinds of stuff. And although I don't send coffee cards as much as I'd like, this has a lot of sentiments, and it's a stamp set. And I just thought that would be very handy. So I won't read them all, but may your coffee be strong and your Mondays be short. All you need is love and a good cup of coffee. Can you buy happiness? You can't buy happiness, but you can buy coffee, and that's just about the same thing. So there's really cute sayings on here. So that'll be good for card making. I loved the coffee rings on this, and actually I do have a coffee ring stamp, but I also liked this script. I've been wanting to do some art journaling, and I thought this would just be really handy to do some decorative stamping and some art journaling and also some coffee rings on art journaling or cards. So couldn't pass that one up. This one I loved, and it was one of the ones that I thought for myself was might be a little bit impractical. But I love mushrooms. I love fall colors. Um, and this is a die set, pretty intricate, lots of dies in here. And I couldn't resist. I because I had that extra seventh product, I debated putting it back, but it's so pretty I could not. So I really want to do like maybe some mixed media tags and then die cut these pieces out and make a little scene. Thought that would be fun. And then this is just a basic nested circle die. Um, it was a good price. And I was noticing in my stash before I went that I have a stitched circle die, but I don't have just a plain regular circle die, and I needed one. So I was looking for one of these at the expo, and I found it there. So next, oh my goodness. Actually, no, I moved this here, but I'm going to go through a couple small things that I got. Cat Scrappiness. Now, this is a local Pacific Northwest store. I actually bought these for a friend, so if she watches this, she might see it, but I'm hoping she doesn't watch it. But we do little gifts for each other at Christmas time, and she's a big Disney fan, so I got these Halloween colored mouse sequins, and it's called Cartoon Mouse, but they're like the original Mickey face. They're very hard to tell what they are. But when you get them up close, they're adorable. So hopefully you can see that a little bit. So that's one of those side things I got. But I ended up probably spending most of my money, oh my goodness, at Scrap Bat. They're out of New Jersey. I'm not exactly sure what their business model is, but they tend to have a lot of sale Simple Stories items. And I don't usually go this crazy, but like I said, I did go crazy. So as far as the collection kits, now this is older. Let's see if I can see a date on here. 2021. I loved it when it first came out, but I didn't think it was necessarily like practical for me and my stories. But they had it for $2, and you get 6 pieces of paper, it looks like. 6 pieces of paper, sticker sheet, some cut aparts, and I loved it again. Like back in 2021 when it was released, I loved it. So I was like, oh, I got to grab that, $2. Then they had, what was it? It was 3 collection kits for $25 or $10 each or 3 for $25. And so I narrowed it down to these 4. Couldn't really decide, again, which one was I going to put back. I liked them all and ended up getting them all, but they gave me the like $8 price for each one. So that was great, but I'll just look, I'll show you each one individually. I won't take it out, but you can see all the pretty colors. This is What's Cooking. This is 2023. I didn't have it. I loved the browns. I loved the pinks. I loved the icons of cooking elements. I thought this would be really great for when like grandma comes over to help with making cookies. This cookbook, this Better Homes and Gardens style cookbook, my mom still has that. Like here's a turkey for Thanksgiving. I thought that'd be great. Anyway, so I love the colors and the icons in that. This one, Trail Mix, 2023. Again, I liked the colors, and my daughter has been a Girl Scout for many years, so this definitely looked like a Girl Scout, like a vest with badges, and she did do a lot of camping in her Girl Scout adventures. I do have camping gear for that, camping, not gear, camping supplies. But really, I just really love the colors. And with paper getting so expensive these days, I think a full price of paper is about $1.10 nowadays, maybe even more. To get, what is it, 12 sheets of paper and a sticker sheet for $8, that I can just use these for backsides, the more neutrals. I did love these, like, kind of foresty flowers. So I thought that was great. I love the colors. This was another one. I'm not usually a vintage kind of person, but I loved the prints and the colors. And again, I mean, you can't go wrong with $8 for a sticker sheet, word bits, flower stickers, and just pretty paper. I mean, some of these can be backgrounds if I don't use the more vintagey looking ones. So I love that. And this, again, love the colors. I love the prints and the icons and the sticker sheets. Loved the artistic animals and the coffee cups or hot cocoa. We don't get a lot of snow in the Seattle area, but again, I just couldn't resist the colors and all the patterns in this one. Now, this one was not part of the collection or part of the kit where you get 3 for $25. This one was $15, but it includes not only the 12 sheets of paper, the sticker sheet, it's got tags, what do they call it? The page pieces, or this is page pieces, journal bits and pieces, and 6x12 chipboard stickers. So you get a lot of embellishments. Along with the paper, and this was for $15, so that is a great deal. This is somewhat newer, 2024. I did not get it, but I loved it the minute it came out. I have way too much fall stuff, and which is why I did not get it when it was released. I loved these pumpkin, different colored pink and teal pumpkins, and the pretty flowers and the browns. Love it. But when I saw it on kind of a special deal, I was like, oh, I must have that. Now, the other thing that this booth does is you can get individual sheets of paper, 50 cents each, or 50 or more sheets for 35 cents each. Now, I don't always get the individual sheets because if you're like me, and I think most of us scrapbookers are, we don't need any more paper. But for 35 cents a sheet, and with the prices going up, I mean, this is a bargain. To get, just different sheets of paper in different color patterns. And I will put these in most of these, I should say, in my color bins. So like if I need a green piece of paper for a layout, this is one of the ones I'll find. But I will go through some of these really quick, and I did get some embellishments to go with these. So this is the Summer Snapshots collection. Summer Snapshots. And I accidentally picked up 2 tags. That's okay. I love tags. It is really hard to keep straight and count your pieces of your 50 sheets of paper. I did it. I stood there counting so many times. It was crazy. But some of these, this one had some embellishments that went with it. I mean, you buy them separately, but I'll try to pull them out now so you can see how they go together. So I got these. Those are different. Those are different. Okay, these are the Summer Snapshot embellishments. So chipboard stickers, some frames, rub-ons. I have not tried the Simple Stories rub-on, so that is going to be really fun. And then bits and pieces, so a bunch of different icons. You can see that there. So I did not necessarily intend that to be a collection, but I was like, well, again, it's so cheap. Oh, and then I didn't mention the embellishments were like $2.29 for each one of these. So, I mean, that was quite the deal. So this is the Snow Pine Lodge, which I did show you in the collection pack. But I did, in part because I was getting confused with how many pieces of paper I had, but I got some neutrals. I just got these for the B-sides because I thought they'd be great base pages in like a December daily. So that green with the little trees, more green plaid, and then like they have other things on the side, but that's not what I bought them for. I just bought them for the base pages, to make base pages. But these just, and I thought this to fussy cut out, and I loved that for a background. And then, going on to the next one, there were a couple things that I got that went with that. Which, as you noticed, I did get the collection packet. They had the 6x8 paper pad, which I thought would be great for December dailies, and these also would be great for 6x8 type December daily. So there was that. This is Front Porch, which I did get in a collection pack, but again, I got this just for the background paper. Oh, and it looks like that's the only one I got of that. So then we come up to a collection called Just Beachy. Looks like it came out in 2024. They didn't have this in a collection pack, but I really liked it. So one of those. Love those flowers. Loved this. This is awesome. This was just a coordinating piece with some cut aparts. Some of them I got 2 pieces for the front and the back. Some I just got the front side. Oh, like there's that and that. Love this pink. Love, 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 love it pink. More tags. Simple Stories always does great tags. And then I just got one of these. And then I got this one. I might regret this one. I got one sheet of this because I liked this. I was like, oh, I'm not going to use that. And then I got home and I was like, oh, you know what? I think I could use that. But oh well. It is what it is. I don't need more. And then with this collection, they also had embellishments. So I got, again, the bits, the icon bits, the chipboard stickers, the, what are they called? Foam titles, foam stickers. So we've got that. And I guess that appears to be what I got for that collection. Okay, I am so sorry. We are still going. This is Pack Your Bags. I really don't need any more travel collections, and so I just stuck with a few pieces of paper for the B-sides. And they can be used for any project, doesn't have to be travel. I loved this navy blue. That would be such a great background. And I did not get any embellishments for that one. I'll call that sort of a win on my part. Some sense of restraint, barely though. And then I got these Halloween pages. I think that's all I got left, Halloween. And again, I got these for the B-sides. I have way too much Halloween, but these were just, again, for 35 cents a piece of paper. I can't pass that up nowadays, just to have this as a nice background on an October daily. That would be awesome. Love that. Some plaids, different colored plaids. This is technically a Halloween page. I think I'm just going to put it in my browns because that would be a great background for brown. Love this. It has some jack-o'-lanterns on there. You can see that. Got 2 of those. Love this black wood. Should have gotten another one of that, but oh well. It's black, but it's not quite, I guess it is kind of, it seemed a little bit lighter. Be like a really deep, deep blue almost. This I just thought was a great neutral. I might put this in like the grays. I don't think it has to be a Halloween. Love the bats. And then I love the teal blue. Again, I don't think that has to be Halloween. I would just put that in my color folders. And then I think this is the same page. Yes. Loved the green background just for the B-side. And then these flowers were just so pretty. So I got those. Oh my goodness, can you believe I had enough paper to last me till the day I die before I went to this expo, and now I have 2 lifetime or more's worth of paper. But that's okay. We had fun. So let's see what else we got. Some of the embellishments that were just sort of one-offs for me. I got this Acorn Lane foam stickers, basically for titles, all kind of fall style titles. And I think it would go with most fall collections, so it was fine that I didn't get anything else that was Acorn Lane. I got these like gingerbread foam numbers. I thought that would be so fun for like a December daily. This, I'm not sure what this was really, what the rest of this collection looked like, but I love butterflies. They're so fun to put in like an embellishment cluster. And so they had the die cut pieces, butterfly pieces, and then foam stickers. So I got, and then there's flowers on this side. So those I thought were really pretty, and I'll have to maybe make a collection kit or a page kit to go with those. I thought that would be really fun. And then we're finally getting to the end. These were the cider and donut ephemera, or kind of add-on products that match this. Now, did I really need any more because I've got all these pieces in here? Probably not. But we went for it anyway. For $2.29 each. I mean, how can you pass it up? You use a couple and you got your money's worth. So rub-ons, thought that was fun. Again, I hadn't seen those. These are the big bits. I really liked the pie and the big fall title. And the cider and donuts, which we go to a pumpkin patch that always has cider and donuts. So that'll be a really fun icon to use on a page about that particular pumpkin patch. Here are more foam stickers. Now, this is the cider and donut line, and this is the Acorn Lane. Now, the color palette is slightly different, but not that much. Obviously, there's some pink over here, more of a red over here. But, I mean, I think these could really mix and match pretty well. And then the chipboard frames. I don't use the frames that much, but I think they are such a great way to highlight your picture. And I love them when I do use them. So hopefully I will remember. I'll put these all together and I will remember to use the frames. And then lastly, oh my gosh, thank you for sticking around this long. They had enamel dots for, again, $2.29 a piece. So I got this is the boho, Color Vibe boho, but I thought it went really well with the fall collections, and so that's why I got that. This is for Say Cheese. This is going to be a gift to a friend, so let's put that over to the side. And then I got 2 of these. It says Simple Vintage Essentials Cool Color. I thought they looked like water, kind of the blues and greens and purples, and so that's what it reminded me of, and I got 2, one for me and one for my friend. So that is everything I got at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. If you have one in your area, I highly recommend going. The classes are fun. The products are fun. I did not do the crop table this year because I could only go for one day and not the usual weekend like I usually do. But the cropping is so much fun and you get to meet a bunch of people and I just love it. So if you have any questions about the products or the expo or my experience at any of those, just let me know, put a comment below, and I hope you enjoyed this haul. Talk to you later. Bye.